Last Sunday we did 22k revenue in a single day with only Facebook ads, and today I'm gonna be showing you guys exactly how we did it. And so you know that I'm not bullshitting, I'm about to show you guys the exact numbers. So let's take a real look directly. So basically, as you can see here, we did at one of our stores, we did 1.7k in euros. Now let me refresh, boom, same numbers. Here as well, we did 47k in Norwegian krones, and at the second store we did 6.7k in euros, and the other store we did 59k in Swedish krones, and in the other store we did 3.1k in euros. Now I hope this is enough proof, and now let's get right into it, how we managed to scale to with Facebook ads only. So what is really important here, guys, is to keep everything as simple as possible. So I know, like most people, they always talk about, hey, like the TikTok ads and like TikTok organic, or I don't know, whatever. Facebook ads is still the best advertising platform out there, and that is for a reason. So the reason why I'm making this video as well is Q4 has already started, and 50% of the revenue that people make throughout the whole year all comes from Q4. So the most important thing I want to start with is your columns, because the single most important thing is just to focus on getting the sales. So right now we're here in the ads manager. You can see in here the 8th of October, one of our ad accounts. So by the way, we have like 20 ad accounts. I don't know how much. You can see exactly in here that how much we've been spending on this ad account, 2.2k on our ROAS of, let me see, 2.5k, and exactly you can see in here our columns. The columns are really important, and we keep it as simple as possible. What are the only metrics that we like to look at? We have the budget, amount spent, the link clicks, add to carts, purchases, ROAS, CPC, CTR, and CPM. So obviously our testing strategy is that simple, is that these are the only metrics that we need in order to scale. So I'm gonna be showing you guys exactly now how we managed to test these products as soon as possible and scale them as quick as possible, so that all the other competitors as well could not get in between. So let's click here on create. You want to always go for sales, continue. We don't go with the Advantage Plus shopping campaign, to be honest. We like to keep it with still as like the old school manual sales campaign, as this performs better for us. Then we click on here on continue, and you want to as well always name in here the campaign, which is very important. For the campaign name, we always have the product code. So let's say, for example, the product is like product 319, and then we have the product name. So let's say we're selling like, I don't know, remote control, right? Remote control 2.0, you know? So we always put the exact same name of the Shopify product page name in the Facebook Ads Manager, and we put as well the break-even ROAS, right? Because you want to see like at what number am I breaking even. So let's say this imaginary product has a break-even ROAS of 1.5. Okay, you want to scroll down, just keep this everything the same, and you want to click on Advantage Campaign Budget. So we want to make a CBO out of this, and the starting budget we always have with testing at this point is 50 euros, right? CBO 50 euros, that's it. We don't test with ABO because we always want to keep it as simple as possible, and for this reason with CBOs is well like more consistent. And you have to know something, the Facebook AI algorithm is so fucking smart. It can work obviously, but CBOs are way more consistent. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer of a while to make it like more profitable in the beginning than with ABOs, but we see the most consistent numbers with CBOs. So that's what we're gonna do as well in here. So if we click on next, and the next here, you want to always, what we always do is we have 3 ad sets, okay? And we're gonna make them, and the first interest is gonna be no interest targeting, the second is gonna be online shopping, and the third one is gonna be engaged shoppers. And the philosophy behind this actually is that most of the times, obviously no interest targeting, it works the best, but we see as well many times that engaged shoppers and online shopping are the 2 single best interests that we get with every single product that we sell, that also gets some sales with a high ROAS, which makes always, well, of course, our profit margin higher. So for this particular case, you will just put in here broad, which basically means like no interest targeting. You want to scroll down, website, pixel, legend pixel, whatever. You want to like go to the conversion event. You always want to go for purchase. Do not listen to Facebook or anything that they say, hey, you need this X amount to purchase first before you do it. Or some people say you need to pick the add to cart, conversion event, whatever. No, always go with purchase. You want to get your sale as soon as possible. So let's scroll down now here. For the starting date, we would always recommend to do it at 00, so that's like at midnight. So we always give the campaign 24 hours to optimize, which is really important. For the locations, it can be anything. Let's say, for example, you're selling in the UK in this case. What you're going to do is just keep it in here. Just pick only the one country that you sell in, like as we do at this point, right? And what I want to say as well is that like we don't do any retargeting. We don't do any lookalike audiences. Facebook is so smart. If you're just going to focus on the cold audience, you will see as well that Facebook is that smart that they will just retarget on their own as well. And for this single reason, we try to keep everything as open as possible. We never touch the ages. We keep it just open, very simple. We never touch the genders. We keep it open. And of course, for the languages, like if you're going to sell UK, you want to have English only, right? English. So when you see as well in here the placements, we just keep this as well open. We don't pick any other placements. We just let Facebook do its thing. Like I'm not going to get too much in a fight with Facebook. I just wanted to get and be at its best, which is getting sales. So we're gonna go on here to next, and now we have the creatives. So the way we always operate it, we always have 2 creatives, and what we simply do is we are only selling right now in the EU markets. So we're general stores. So we will take the creatives from the US and put as well subtitles as well in the native language and sell them in the EU markets. So the first creative that you have, what some people as well do is they do like copy paste, and that can as well like work as well. Very fine, to be honest, but in this case we're gonna do it in a different way. So let's say we always do here creative 1, and in here obviously you have to select your page, and you can just keep this in here like this. You will scroll down, you don't have to do anything in here. And now of course obviously in here you're gonna add your video, and once you added your video, it's gonna upload in the primary text. In terms of the ad copy, what you can do is look at how the competitor is doing this, and in this way you can see it in what kind of ad copy the competitor has. And we always have 2 ad copies, okay? So on the first creative, the ad copy, what we always have is like the same as the competitor, but then like we rephrase it with ChatGPT and we put it in here. And the second creative, what we actually have is we have more like a template. So we always have the first one, you have like the hook, and then you say 3 benefits, CTA. Let's say for example this remote control, I would say here, let me just think about something out of my head. This is the fastest remote control ever. Something like that. And then you would name here, for example, 3 benefits. And I would always go with, so I would go to getemoji.com. So I would get these check marks, and I would call, for example, in here 3 benefits. That could be, for example, 180 speed. I don't know. 20 special buttons for remote, for, I don't know. Let's say, for example, what it says in here. Like, guys, I'm so bad at this, I know it. For YouTube direct, I don't know, whatever. And then you can blah blah have like a third benefit. And then the CTA, shop now, very simple. And I would always have this emoji, finger, boom, this one we need. Shop now, and then you have the URL. And we don't do any shortcuts URL or anything. We just take the literal URL of the product page. And in the headline, what you can do is, for example, free shipping plus 50% off today only. In here, for example, at the second creative, and always what we have as well, like something like custom, for example, free shipping and 50% off today only. And at the first headline, we always like check what the competitor has, and we rephrase with ChatGPT and we launch it. This is exactly how we do it, guys, to be honest, nothing special. And also, guys, in here in the description, you can have another USP or say something about the product. We do most of the times like a 14 or even like a 30-day, it depends on your policy. 14 money back guarantee, for example. And in here we always prefer to put it on obviously shop now. So let me see where it is. Boom, here it is. And then you should put here in here your website URL, display URL, phone number, count. You don't have to do anything here. Very simple. And then you publish the campaign. And when you have done that, guys, it's very straightforward. Then what you're gonna do, duplicate this one 2 times, and then you will see in here the second ad set. And in the second ad set, obviously you want to put a creative. I mean, in here you want to obviously put an interest. So in this case, we have, for example, engaged shoppers, what we always do. And by the way, guys, we do this for every single product. Every single product we do this. Just these 3 same ad sets. And we will as well obviously change the name in here to engaged shoppers. Okay. And the second one I already know as well, online shopping. And we take always these 3. So online shopping, this one. Exactly. Boom. Very simple. So in this case, and what you want to have, of course, obviously is, let me as well duplicate those. Boom. And I'm not going to fill them all fully because you guys understand what's going on. So in this case, what you want to have at this point, you want to have 1 CBO campaign at 50 USD running, and you want to have 3 ad sets, and then every single ad set you want to have 2 creatives. So you can see here, 2 creatives per ad set. Amazing. So this is the exact strategy that we have and the way that we as well scale, because I can show you guys as well some numbers on how we manage to scale. For example, like let me go to another ad account. So you can see, for example, how we managed to scale on the 8th of October. So let me click on the amount spent. So at some point we even had some CBOs running at a quite high budget. It's now today at 600. We downscaled a little bit, but still you can see that this one spent 938 USD. We had 2k clicks, 133 add to carts, 53 purchases on a 2.3 ROAS. And just to remind you, the break-even ROAS on this product was 1.3. So that's quite profitable, between 20 or 30%. Quite nice. I don't know it on top of my head, but it's still a very good profit margin. This is like what we did at some point, is like a very simple scaling strategy, because every single time when you launch the campaign, you want to test and see directly after the first 50% of spend how the campaign is going to perform. If it spends 50% and it doesn't make any sales, then it's not really interesting. Unless you can see that the amount of clicks is more than x2 or x3, then you might want to consider as well to relaunch for the next day. If it's still shit the next day, then you will know, like, all right, this is not like really that interesting. And by the way, guys, I want to say as well, for those people who have a lower budget, you can as well put the CBO budget on 30 bucks or 20 bucks. This will work as well very fine, especially for beginners. The only thing is that it will take a longer time to optimize. It will take as well longer time to really validate the product. But yeah, if you have like a lower budget of, let's say, like 1k euro, I would say like putting here the budget of like testing it on a daily basis of like 20 or 30 bucks is also very fine. And the reason as well, guys, that we only are looking at these metrics, which are the budget, amount spent, CTR, cost per result, is for one single reason. The way that we are dropshipping in EU markets with our general stores, the most important thing is to get profitable as soon as possible. Everybody wants to get profitable as soon as possible, but for example with brands and one product stores, it can take a longer period of time. And the way we're dropshipping is that we prefer to test more products than we're going to test new creatives, because both of them, they need some energy to do it. And to be honest, for me, I've been doing e-com now for 4 years. I did over 12.5 million in revenue, and what I can just simply say is that I tried putting effort more in the products, or like putting more effort into the creatives, and just putting more efforts and finding more products and mass testing them instead of just the creatives, just has given me more revenue and more profit. So this is still the thing that we always prefer to focus on. Very simple. And guys, by the way, I made a whole crazy PDF about how we test and scale in EU markets with Facebook ads. If you want me to share it as well with you, just comment here down below, Facebook, and I will share it with you for totally free. Nevertheless, guys, I want to give some tips as well for Q4. What's really important, especially for the guys who are pushing here in EU markets. Make sure you always have a backup store for the store you have like currently. Because right now as well, there's a crazy DMC issue with Shopify, which you can just DMC everybody as well, even if you don't have the same product as a person, if you don't have the same product page, if you don't have the same copywriting, people can still DMCA you, and if you get more than 3 DMCAs, even your store will go down. So this is like a horror situation. I hope they will fix this as soon as possible. And yeah, this is why it's very important to have like more consistency. And one of the reasons why we're running as well multiple stores is that sometimes you have a month in which your store is not running that good, or a few days, and when you have more stores running as well on the site, it is very, very, very nice to have some other stores doing some revenue, which in the end will still make your like average revenue per day still better than if you have only one store. So the risk diversification is very important. Nevertheless, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is exactly the strategy on how we're at the moment testing and scaling our products. So this is very important. And one last thing I forgot to say to you guys, which is a very nice scaling strategy for Facebook ads, is whenever you see that in a campaign that the no interest targeting is working like amazing, I will highly suggest you to take the no interest targeting out of the campaign and duplicate the no interest targeting 2 times, so that you have 3 times no interest targeting. And in this way you can have a new campaign as well besides the only campaign you already have, and try to scale as well in this way horizontally to the next level. And now, guys, this was the literally video on how we test right now on Facebook ads. If you like this video, subscribe, like you know, you guys know what to do, and peace out.